Did you know that you're mentally ill? These people will tell you exactly what's going on. What we're talking about, there's an article that came out on Hollywood Reporter, and it talks about how to cure social media, the cure for social media brain rot. Huh. Well, that's something to talk about. If you guys like anything you've seen here on this channel, if you've gone through my backlog or anything like that, or show up on the live streams, please hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, let's go into this because this might be a very long video. It might be a very short video. Who knows? But we're going to do it here anyway. And I welcome all thoughts. Put it in the comment section below. Now, there's apparently social media brain rot is an epidemic that is going around everywhere. And researchers may have found an antidote, like an anti-venom. And this is an experimental film. Now, after reading through this article, there's not really much to say about it whenever it comes to the film portion of it. But some of the presuppositions and the suppositions that they make absolutely will make your head, they'll twirl, spin, whirl, and, probably get brain freeze, not brain rot. We're trying over here trying to cure brain rot. UCSB scientists discovered that watching just 7 minutes of this film can open your mind and enhance creativity. There is something that I'm going to point out multiple times in this video as we go down, and it's more like, what are your metrics? Where is the base value? And I don't think they ever really say anything about it. When Jonathan Schooler, it's mighty nice that someone who's a schooler can have a research degree. Okay, I know this is a goofy little thing, and Madeline, gross, disgusting. Why don't you shave your pussy and wash it out with Vagisil every once in a while? We're designing an experiment on creativity. They needed a type of media to contrast with the empty calorie content of cat videos and the like on YouTube. Right there, we have to stop. You guys are watching YouTube right now. You fucking know. Yes, there are a ton of cat videos out there, but there are also giant people. Like, I was literally just watching EFAP with Mahler and Rags and the Little Platoon, where they literally go like 6 hours and dissect philosophically movies, TV shows. Like, sometimes there's things that are in the cultural zeitgeist. It is not just cat videos. It is not empty calorie content. Actually, if you watch some of those channels, and hopefully sometimes some of mine, it gives you a different perspective where you can grow, where you can learn, where we can have back and forth, albeit not in a fighting way, but it's okay to have differences of opinion and see things from a different perspective. Sometimes it's good to play the devil's advocate. That's how you learn and you grow, so you're not just like stuck in your own ways. Anybody who's in a relationship, at least a heterosexual relationship, has known that for years and years and years. Unless you're a fucking incel. Then you don't have that blessing of realizing how much someone else can piss you off over the dumbest shit in the world. The scientists settled on challenging animated shorts. We wanted to push the poles as far apart as possible. Well, good. That sounds pretty heterosexual. Push the poles away from each other. Let's not have them docking. Gross, who, like Schooler, conducts her research at the University of California, Santa Barbara. She said this in the interview. We want to push the poles as far apart as possible. The results, though, after they did their little science experiment, were so eye-opening to them. Let's see if they're eye-opening to us. Among a total random population, now that is also something that is subjective. That is a subjective adjective. We don't know what random to them means. What's random to them may not be random to us, because if you're in a certain part, especially Santa Barbara and certain portions of California, they are pretty homogenized. There's not much gentrification there. Levels of creativity for the people watching the experimental films were immediately higher compared to those watching YouTube videos. Now, I know I'm stopping this so many times. Levels of creativity. What defines creativity, and where is it on a scale? Where is the scale of creativity? Is it things that you've parroted, that you've heard before? Or is it just like new thoughts that come in your mind? Now, even if these people like wrote it out or said it out loud, that doesn't mean that they haven't been thinking about this. They haven't been creative the entire time. They just, now we're in an environment where they feel empowered to just fucking throw it out there. We don't know. This is not a scientific fucking test because you're using so many subjective words whenever it comes to this. So is openness to seeing the world in new ways. For years, many people have had the sense that the kind of low nutrition, algorithmically driven videos that flash across our feeds and brainscapes dozens of times per day are bad for us. There you go again. Immediately putting any content creator who goes out on YouTube, who goes out on Kick, who goes out on Rumble, who goes out on Instagram, who goes out on, what's the other one? Oh, golly. Twitch is another one, but the one that I fucking hate, the Japanese one or the Chinese one, something like that. I don't know. I'm not a part of it. But you're saying that anybody who's a content creator is low nutrition, algorithmically driven, and there's no creativity involved in that. Bullshit, Snapple. You're just trying to do this because you're fluffing them up. They're fluffing up for the big cream pie scene. Even more important and encouraging, according to them, they have a prescription for what to do about it. Oh my gosh. Since when did these people get doctorates? Or are they just doing a science experiment? Where's the 3-ply board that's going to come out when you go to the social studies fair? That's what I want to see, because this doesn't seem to have any fucking relevance, and it doesn't have any credibility. It holds no credence to what actually could be happening in people's lives. You do realize that people are individuals. People think differently. We've got autism. We've got fucking retards. We got people with Down syndrome. We have normal people. We have folks that are high anxiety. There's all kind of people and their walks of life. Doesn't mean that they can't be creative. Now, whether or not they can, enact those creative things that they're thinking about, some people don't have very good dexterity and they can't do things like meticulously with their hands. Some people can't cook. They want to cook. They love eating the food. But there's a craft, there's an art, and there's a science to a lot of these kind of things, and it takes a lot of work in order to do that. That doesn't mean that they don't have it completely prepared up in their head. They just can't do it. Same thing, I would love to be a professional soccer player, and I would love to play sweeper on the same team as Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't have the talent. I was good back in the day. I let myself go. I made a bunch of choices. I could never be on that upper echelon of where they are. I know that's a tangent, and fuck you, I'm still going. Just watching a few minutes of an ambiguous or challenging video. What constitutes challenging? These are the questions. You can't you can, obviously, free speech, but you shouldn't be putting these adjectives in there, declaring something when there's no actual definition to it, when there's no parameters for why you're using that word. It's just according to you. The kind of short shown at film festivals or the indie-minded short of the week can make the difference, or it could not. If it can, then it also can't. If it will, then it won't. But you see how the wording goes? I know I'm being autistic in this fucking thing because I'm picking apart fucking words in the way that the sentence is structured. But this is very important because a lot of people will just read this and then parrot it out as if it is truth. And that's how you get brainwashed. It's a kind of even mild exercise can add years to your life. Well, that's fuck. Why did they not ever say in this article, we're not doctors. This is not medical advice. Even mild exercise can add years to your life. Where's the fucking proof? Where's the pudding? I want the pudding skins. Just sell me the skins and throw the pudding down the hogs out there in the trough. They're not saying anything of value. What they are doing is authoritatively trying to tell you that we figured something out because we stimulated them in a way that they're not normally stimulated in their everyday life. That's basically what's going on. Let's see if there's anything more to this. What we found is that even small doses of it can have real value. All right, look, here's the thing, guys. I'm not going to go any further into this because every single paragraph goes down and they just bloviate these assumptions that apparently they have, come together with. They have decided that that's what they're going to do. They've decided that's what's happening with no real, what do I say? In my fucking bio on Twitter, I will not be quantified by a list of attributes. That's what these people are trying to do right here. They're trying to quantify something without qualifying it in the very first place. And that's where I find, I mean, that's why I'm kind of going on a rant right now. If you guys have anything that you like to say, leave it down in the comment section below. I can't stand this kind of shit. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube that, better than professors and your fucking Ivy League law school. Yes, we're talking about Harvard, Brown, and, all those kind of places. It's about content creation. And content creating, as long as you're not just copy and pasting someone else's shit, there is a level of creativity there. It's something that has to come off the top of your own dome. And if you guys want to do it, feel free, because starting your own YouTube channel is free. Yes, sometimes like getting better mics and like lighting and shit like that, sometimes that costs a little bit of money, but you can do it for cheap, and everyone has a fucking voice. Just don't call to violence. Anyway, this is Multi from Mouth and Multi. We love you. We appreciate you. Catch us on the live stream tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we're going to have Dub East here with us with my normal panel. And it's going to be a great fucking time. We hope to see you there. But until then, if I don't do another video today, it's going to be tomorrow, 7:45 p.m. CST. Bye.